Welcome. I'm going to talk today about Tadasana, the basic standing posture that's the basis of all standing postures in yoga. It's a very straightforward posture, but at the same time, due to our bodies all being very different, it's one that might actually take the longest to really figure out how to stand well in your body. So the main benefits of Tadasana is a sense of strength, inner strength and stability, a sense of being grounded. Before I take you into the posture and go in that way, I'm going to talk a little bit about our core stability. These are the core stabilizing muscles that support our spine. So we've got a cylinder of strength, which is at the base is the pelvic floor, and at the top is the diaphragm. Across the front we have the transverse abdominis muscles, which are deep abdominal muscles that wrap around and link into the fascia at the back, and then the lumbar multifidus, which run outside of the spine. So those are the muscles which are designed to hold us up and give us strength. In most people, if you're young and healthy, those muscles will automatically come and engage when you start to move or do anything. But for some people, particularly if you've had babies, if you've had a history of back problems, or if you have had a very sedentary lifestyle, you might find that your core isn't as strong as it should be, and other muscles are starting to jump in and help, and that's where you'll have imbalances. So it's important to just be aware of these muscles so that you can know how to engage them correctly. So firstly, I'll talk about the pelvic floor, which is that sling of muscle which runs from your pubic bone to your tailbone. And to engage it, you can just think of doing a zip from your tailbone to your pubic bone. But actually, I like to think of it more as a wider sheath that you're going to engage and draw up. So perhaps think about a drop of water dropping into a still pond and the ripples spreading out. If you reverse that image and the ripples drawing in and up, that's the sensation that you want to achieve when you're drawing on your pelvic floor. So in and up. And then to switch on the transverse abdominis, one of the cues that helps some people is thinking of drawing your skin away from the material of your undies to switch on those deep core muscles. So you can actually identify those muscles if you just bring your fingers in from the hip bones and down and press in and do a little polite cough. then you'll feel those muscles just moving underneath your fingers. So those are the muscles that you're drawing in there. The lumbar multifidus you can't actually switch on by themselves, but they will automatically come on when you switch on the other two sets. So that will give you that sense of strength. But you usually only want to switch them on about 20%. You don't want to be really holding them on because that will then affect your breathing and your ability to move. So just about 20%. You should still be able to move the upper diaphragm, the upper abdomen, and feel a free sense of breathing. Okay, so Tadasana. I'm going to start Tadasana. Usually I will start at the floor with the feet and moving up, but the pelvis is a really key point of Tadasana, and pelvic, neutral pelvis, the pelvic tilt. We have curves in our spine. I'll just use my friend here. If I face the same direction, this side. We've got a curve at the back of the neck, going inwards, and then a kyphosis in the upper back, and then a lordosis going in again at the lower back, and then a little kyphosis just at the tailbone. So that's a neutral pelvis. If some people's pelvis tends to tilt forwards, and that can cause quite a bit of back pain if you're wandering around like that all the time. Other people tilt their pelvis too far back and have a bit of a sway back, it's called. And your shoulders then tend to hunch and your head is projected forwards. So that I'm exaggerating here. Hopefully you won't see too many people wandering around the streets like this. But that's the idea of pelvic neutral is that if you think about the pelvis like a dish or a bowl, it should be able to hold water. So you don't, or you can think about headlights shining out. If the pelvis tilts forwards, they're going to tilt down. If the pelvis tilts too far back, they're going to tilt up. Well, headlights shining straight forwards. As you're learning your yoga and going through this yoga course, if you're at all uncertain about your pelvic tilt and your Tadasana, please ask any of the teachers, and they will be able to look at your body and suggest how you can adjust your posture. Okay, so now we finally get to Tadasana, this beautiful mountain posture. So the feet, I teach Drew Yoga, so the feet in Drew Yoga are always hip distance apart, which the width is given by two fists snugly fitting together, side by side, or by swiveling your heel in, and just lifting and swiveling back. It should give you just the same distance. Okay. In other styles of yoga that you can encounter on this course and elsewhere, you will be doing Tadasana with the feet close together. I'd encourage you just to feel into the difference. Follow your instructor's instructions at whatever class you're doing, and observe. For some people that particularly have back issues or hip issues, you might find that having the feet hip distance apart is a natural adjustment, a modification that you need to make for yourself. In Drew Yoga, we find that it just gives us a really good sense of stability and groundedness, that flow of energy down towards the earth and up from the earth. It's really strong. So the feet are hip distance apart and parallel, in two parallel lines. And your weight should be even between the balls of the feet and the heels. And that nice evenness of weight will also help you with your neutral pelvis. If your pelvis isn't in neutral, you might find the weight naturally gravitates further back and further forward. So you can rock forwards and back a little bit. Just find that place where the weight is even. And then length and tall. Feel the strength through the legs. And just check that your knees haven't naturally locked. Some people always push their knees back and lock the joints. Just take them off, lock and let them be a little bit soft so that, again, energy can flow. Finding that neutral pelvis is key that I've already talked about, so we'll assume that that's in place. And then lift the sternum, lengthen your spine. Feel a beautiful elongation of your spine, lifting all the way up to the crown of the head. You might find that you draw your chin in slightly to allow the neck to lengthen, standing tall. And then observing your shoulders. Right. Just to make sure the shoulders are beautifully placed, lift your right shoulder up, draw it back a little bit, and then imagine that you're sliding your shoulder blade down into an imaginary pocket in your back, like those Levi jeans pockets. And then lifting left shoulder, drawing it back, and just sliding that shoulder blade down. Shoulders should feel nice and level. If you need to do both at the same time to feel level, just lift them both, drop them back, and then let them ease down your back. So you're not actually squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other, just letting them sink down your back. If that instruction doesn't work, or if you're not sure if you really got that right feeling, another cue that I got from an Ashtanga teacher was to stand, taking the arms out to the sides with your fingers together but your thumb sticking out, so really extending out tall, lifting your sternum, and then bend the arms, bring the fingers underneath your armpits, and without moving anything else, just folding the arms down and then sliding the thumbs out so that you should be in that same position with a lovely open chest, a freedom in the back of the body, a lengthening up tall. And to stand in this mountain posture and allow your breath to flow freely, feeling into your strength and your stability, and our sense of being grounded on the earth, crown of the head lifting tall. You might like to close your eyes to really feel. Closing your eyes into Tadasana actually makes it a little bit of a balance, so if you want to work on your balance, that's a good place to start. And you might like to affirm, I am a mountain of strength. I am a mountain. Want to take it to the next level, you can begin to work with a vertical alignment breath, so perhaps thinking of breathing in again, drawing the breath down to the heart, and then breathing out, down and out through the soles of the feet into the air. Breathing in, back up to the heart, breathing out and up through the crown of your head. So creating a sense of alignment with that vertical axis, with the earth beneath you and the ground, the sky above. So Tadasana. Beautiful, strong posture. You can practice this in the supermarket queue. You can practice it while the kettle's boiling. You can do it anywhere. That's beautiful posture will make you feel more confident, stronger, more positive. If you compare, stop yourself in the supermarket queue and find that you're rounding your shoulders and you're a bit slumped. Notice how you feel, and then bring yourself into Tadasana and notice the difference. So it can be life-changing.